My name is Jim. I live in Texas, and my YouTube username is JimNtexas. This video is a response to a request from Steelhorseclub that we YouTube users explain the etymology of our usernames. Now, I'm sure you're instantly impressed by the subtlety, beauty, and cleverness of my particular username. Yes, some of the people who've responded to Steelhorse, maybe they're more attractive than I am, or younger, or have bigger motorcycles, but none of them have a beautiful, subtle username like JimNtexas. There's a real history behind this, and it goes back to the time when Steelhorseclub and Mordet 13 and Atlas Rider and several of you other vloggers, y'all were just little gleams in your parents' eyes yet. In those days, we did have computers, believe it or not, but we didn't have the internet. Well, I was in the military and I was finishing up a career in the military, and I wanted to get into the computer business, so I started taking some computer courses. Now, these were pretty revolutionary courses for the day because they sent the lecture to you on something called a videotape, which is something you could maybe see in a museum or ask your parents about. Well, anyway, we'd get this videotape, we'd watch it, we'd read the assignment, we'd do homework in the form of programming problems, and to submit the homework, we dialed in with a modem that ran at 1200 baud. With our 1200 baud modem, we would upload our homework assignments to a modem bank and a server at the college. Well, the college wanted you to have a username to use this system, and they suggested that you use your initials and your state abbreviation, since their computer was a little small and 5 characters was all the username you could have. And you kids now are so spoiled with your 27 character usernames like Steelhorseclub or shockitonow.com.net, come to my conference room, or things like that. But we only had 5 letters back in the old days. It was uphill both ways to the modem too. Anyway, so my account number or account identifier was JNHTX, which is my initials, JNH, and the letters TX for the wonderful Republic of Texas, where I live, where y'all are freezing up in Buffalo, trapped in your cars, and I'm standing here in 75-degree weather beneath the sun and the stars, so eat your heart out, Yankees. Anyway, so I used that for a long time, and even when the internet came into being, by that time I was out of the service and was actually working in a very early internet startup. We started to get this thing called the web, and there started to be some web applications to play with, and a fellow named Bo Snerdley, who is Rush Limbaugh's assistant. Oh dear, I've got a phone call. I'll be right back. Jim speaking. Hello? This is he. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's because they're still there. I had to take that call. Where were we? Well, we were starting to get the internet, and there were some early web apps, and this fellow named Bo Snerdley, who's Rush Limbaugh's assistant, started a service called TalkSpot, and it was a talk radio, a very early streaming audio service, one of the very first ones. Well, I'm a good conservative, as all good Americans are, but he did put this commie babe on there, and I kind of liked her. She was not as insane as your average commie babe, and she had a chat room, and I'd go in there, and you could comment on her show while she was, streaming it, and so it was very interactive and a lot of fun. But she had trouble with JNHTX. She would say, this guy is, he's giving me a hard time because he won't acknowledge the glory of Karl Marx, things like that. So I changed my username for that account to JimNtexas, which she could pronounce. She said, oh, there's JimNtexas, and by the end, of a couple of months before that service folded, I think she was now wearing a Ronald Reagan t-shirt, and I know she voted for both Bushes, and she's been part of the Tea Party. So I completely turned her around, and my subtle and beautiful username helped her come from the cold of Marxism and communism and the Democratic Party into the warm embrace of a Republican, conservative, pro-American, pro-family, pro everything, conservative. And I know she camps out by the radio every day from noon to 3 to listen to Rush too. So I really turned it around, and I owe my username to that. So I'm real proud of my username. It's very subtle. The Dalai Lama couldn't have done any better. So my name is Jim. I live in Texas, and my YouTube username is the very subtle and beautiful JimNtexas. Thank you.